Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Regional Transport and Roads. Minister, can you provide an update on the extension and stabling of the Bathurst Bullet daily return passenger train service to Sydney commencing and finishing from Orange, and any other related rail infrastructure projects for the Orange electorate?
Well, I'm going to rule the second part out from the chair, and I've just made the point that we're not having double-bunged questions. So I'm sure the Minister can deal with the issues. Minister.
Thanks so much, Mr Speaker, and I'm sure the member is really just using the first as an example to illustrate the second. Just before I start, I do want to make a special acknowledgement to my guests, Denise and Trevor. And Denise was actually former Deputy Premier Jack Ferguson's office staff member, so it's great to have you in the chamber today. I want to thank so much the member for Orange for his question and his ongoing advocacy for better rail services for his community and also rail safety. And I do acknowledge that we've both talked on a number of occasions about level crossing safety in your area as well, and I met with Maddie Bott as well, who's now a constituent of yours, I understand. I also want to thank the Orange Rail Action Group for their advocacy and passion on the issue of extending the Bathurst Bullet to Orange. In fact, I think one of my very first ministerial events that I went to was in Orange, and that was something that was pressed very clearly onto my agenda by yourself, the Council of Orange, and also, of course, the Rail Action Group. And I've met with that group and with yourself a number of times to discuss their campaign, and I admire the ongoing advocacy that hasn't just happened in the last 10 or so months, but has indeed been over a number of years. And the member for Orange can be assured that the New South Wales Labor Government and Transport for New South Wales are continuing to explore all of the opportunities that we can boost rail services in Orange. We're fully aware of the positive outcomes and opportunities and benefits to communities, because everyone in this House knows, transport's the social determinant of health, education, opportunity and jobs. And if we can, and vital to social inclusion, if we can get the people in Orange to have access to rail, that will be a great thing. There are a number of opportunities we're exploring to benefit your community and to try and make this a reality. And once we have more specific detail to share, you will be the first to know. But I want you to know that we are going to include you on that, because we are governing for everyone in New South Wales, not just people in electorates that elected us to government. Now, the other thing I do want to talk about today in relation to this is our announcement with the Australian Government of $28 million in funding to New South Wales to assist in the upgrade of 23 rail level crossings, and one of those crossings, which will be delivered under this, was Acuna Road at Parkes in the Orange electorate. Now, the interesting thing about this is a crossing that when I was in opposition and I was pushing for level crossing upgrades, I wrote to the then Minister for Regional Transport and Roads, and I was told that it was one of 5 crossings that would be updated and upgraded by September 2022. In fact, there were other stations that were going to be done then. Was Overshot...
Member for Orange.
Is there any other guys being done?
Thanks, so
additional time is granted while just drawing people's attention to the clock.
Thank you so much. Overshot Road, Eucarina, Convent Lane, Boronora, Goldfields Way, Old Junee. I've seen some information that the member for Cootamundra has been advocating for that. Benny Street, Wongarbin. And the interesting thing about that question, I noticed that I asked back then and got the answer that they would be done by September 2022. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So we are getting on with the job. We are doing those 23. Now, I think this is a really important thing to look at, because on Tuesday we all came back for a fresh start, right? Fresh start for the year. I was excited. And you know what? I was the most excited person in this place, because I noted that the Leader of the Opposition acting is the Leader of the Nationals. And I thought, for sure, I am going to get an answer. I'm going to get a question. I'm going to get to talk about this, because the member for Bathurst, the member for Northern Tablelands, the member for Cootamundra, they've all been talking all over the little break about level crossing safety. Top of the pumps. It's the thing people are talking about. We're not listening. We've actually got 28 million from the feds. Another 28 will get there.
Minister, through the chair, please.
So anyway, Mr. Speaker, I thought we were going to get that, but no, we're all a bit perplexed on our side of the House, and privately, Mr Speaker, a number of those on that side of the House, that after 2 months away, we got a question about what one minister said, what another minister might say, that old age-old question about youth. Now, one of the things that gets me is I think we've really got to go back to their approach, and really the member for Maranoa in the federal parliament nailed it. He said back after the last election at their conference that they had made a Herculean effort, and the Nationals did make a Herculean effort. They got the lowest representation since 1925 in this place. But I would direct the member for Maranoa to Sisyphus, because they're pushing it uphill and they're not getting anywhere.
I note that the minister's time has expired. Member for Wallsend, I have to apologise to you.